Good morning. Welcome to Friday again. As always, if you are watching, do pop a hello in the comments so that we can, say hi, chat, so that I know I'm not talking to myself. This is the worst bit of it. Worst bit of the talk is this first bit when you don't know whether there's anyone there, whether you're actually talking to yourself or never know what to say. Good morning, Carla. Good morning, Zelia. Pete is opposite me working away, and Eric is fast asleep under a pile of blankets. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Trudy. Hopefully you can all hear me this week. I did test the microphone before I started.
I can hear you.
You can hear me, yes, thank you. That's useful. Good morning, welcome everyone. Good morning, Leslie Ann. Good morning, Jay. Lovely to have everyone here this morning. Welcome. Good morning, Maria. We will give it a couple of minutes. Good morning, Christine. Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Christine. Give it a couple of minutes and then we'll attack today's magic. Good morning, Emma. Good morning, Kay. It's late, but Happy New Year. Well, only a couple of weeks. It's still January. It still counts. Welcome, everyone. Going to be talking a bit more about household magic today. It's kind of, I think, one of my main themes for this year is household magic. Good morning, Alison. Good morning, Rachel. Yeah, I think household magic is going to feature quite prominently this year. I've already been booked to do a talk on it, so interesting. But we're going to look at handbag magic today. So handbags out ready. Good morning, Nikki. I realised that I tipped water all over my desk. Just clear that away so no one notices. Good morning, Deb. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. A couple of minutes and we'll get there. Good morning, Sandra. I hope everyone is well today. The sun is shining in Hampshire. Blue sky, no clouds, but rather chilly. Xenia says, handbags and rucksacks full of magic. Absolutely. Good morning, Jane. Kay owns hundreds of handbags. We're working with the contents of the handbags, so you have to narrow it down to one. Nikki, didn't realise my TARDIS handbag is magic. Definitely. A lot of secrets in a handbag. Good morning, Melinda. Good morning, Eva. Good morning, Rachel. Yeah, nice and bright and sunny down here in the south of England, but cold and chilly. In fact, I went out yesterday morning to meet the Kitchen Witch posse. Went out early and the car was all iced up. It was very chilly. I had a nice meeting yesterday with the girls in the beautiful town of Arundel. Lots of cafes. Lots and lots of cafes. Lots of secondhand shops. It was good. Nikki, most blokes are afraid of handbags now. That's magic. It's funny, isn't it? Most blokes won't venture into a woman's handbag, which is probably good, but Xenia says a TARDIS handbag would be handy. It would, wouldn't it? It's the whole Mary Poppins thing, isn't it, with her carpet bag? Kay says, my daughters often say, can't you use anything smaller? I actually don't like handbags. If I can get away without carrying a handbag, I will. I don't like them just because they're a pain, but they are very useful. So that's the magic for today, is handbag magic, working on the household magic theme. So yes, I did mention this to the girls yesterday. So we're sitting in the cafe having eaten a very nice breakfast. And I said, I'm going to talk about handbag magic tomorrow. So they all got out their handbags. And I'm guessing that a witch's handbag is probably slightly different because we do have things like, Ness and Sue had crystals in their handbags and Heather had a pendulum. And so they're probably going to have slightly odder things in them. But we're looking at the general kind of everyday handbag contents. Mine was very similar to Ness and Sue's. Heather made me laugh. She opened her handbag and I actually wrote down what was in it. Other than all the normal stuff that we're going to cover in a minute, she also had a pendulum, crystals, safety pins, dog poo bags, mints, sunblock, lighter, receipts, Chinese prosperity coins. It was Mary Poppins bag, and all this stuff kept coming out of it. It's very magical. Maria doesn't like handbags either. No, they drive me a bit nuts really. But Eva says, let's get some of these up so we can see them. There's an awesome knitting bag design, and I actually designed a TARDIS one, among other awesome things. Excellent. Xenia, crystals, amulets, crane bag, pocket altar, essential oils. Yeah, that's a witch's handbag, isn't it? Good morning, Maharet. Good morning, Crystal. Maria would like a Hermione bag. The Harry Potter range of bags is quite nice. So this is my general handbag. It's one of the messenger bags. And for anybody that spots it, it is a Discworld bag. It is the Guild of Assassins bag. Because why not? It's got all sorts of witchy badges on it, obviously, and my poppies. And various things hanging off of it. There's a green man there. There's a boar charm somewhere too. Yeah, there's a boar charm there as well. So generally in handbags, good morning, Jackie. Xenia, rucksacks are better for back and shoulders than handbags. Yes, rucksacks are good too. So let's have a look, really, about what's in a handbag. The idea came to me because I've talked about household magic before and various bits around the house. But if we're out and about and we need to work some magic, what do we have on us that we could use or utilise? Obviously, we don't need anything to work magic, but what would we have in our bags or pockets to work with? And I'm not limiting this just to handbags. Gentlemen carry bags as well. Quite often, gentlemen just have a wallet, keys, and a phone. In the summer, my husband carries a bag. Do you have your bag to hand so that I can wave it about the camera, please? In the winter, he has everything in his coat pocket. In the summer, he has...
You have to give it the correct name.
And I will. In the summer, he carries this with him. Big enough for a diary, a wallet, a phone. This is his hunky man sack. Make of that what you will. But that's his hunky man sack. So handbags are not just for ladies. Gents can have them as well. Whatever works. They're very useful. They are very useful. Jane has the Treadwell's badge. Yes, I've got a Treadwell's badge on here. That's that one from Treadwell Shop in London. Emma loves her little rucksack. Excellent. Yeah, cases about essential oils in your bag. See, I wouldn't carry essential oils in my handbag because knowing me, they would all leak everywhere. Maria says they are carrying altars. I like it. Good description. Good description. Nikki, I figure anyone comes after my handbag, they'd come off second best. Coins, crystals, pocket knife, essential oils, enough weight to cause pain. Yeah, this would swing quite well. So I thought we'd have a look at what's in the handbags and how we can work magic with it. I will actually say, first off, this is what we in Britain call a handbag. In America, I believe you call it a purse. What we call in the UK a purse is the wallet that we keep our money in. So just to be clear, handbags or purses, they've all got magical properties, and we're going to go through some of them. I've talked about phone magic. There is a talk on YouTube about phone magic. I've talked about makeup magic. That's on YouTube as well. So we won't cover those today. Jane had to get hubby a man bag because he kept breaking the zips on mine by expecting me to carry all his stuff. Rude. Yes. Hunky man sacks. Very useful. So let's have a look. Oh, let's have a look what we've got here. Tissues, doggy bags, acorns, holy stones, person, driving license, and fluff. I haven't covered fluff. I didn't put it on my list. Jill, call them the same in Australia as UK. Handbag, cool. Okay, I saw a lovely baby travelling altar that's heavy. Yes, I have had one in the past that all fits into a matchbox. They are very, very, very clever. Leslie Ann, good friend made me a portable altar that fits in a tobacco tin. Yes, I've seen those as well. They are very clever, aren't they? So as witches, we do have lots of specific magical items in our handbags. What I want to look at today is the things that you perhaps wouldn't think of as magical items. So we're going to start with the purse, and this is where I totally embarrass my children. It's my mission in life. This is my purse. I have a minion purse. Why do I have a minion purse? Because it makes me smile. And we need more of that in the world. So, purses. Purses can actually act, obviously, for prosperity magic. Because it holds your money, or lack thereof, and your credit cards and bank cards. I think it works as quite a good spell pouch for prosperity magic. When I spoke to the girls yesterday, we all had something in our purse to help bring the magic in. Heather had Chinese prosperity coins. I've got a crystal in there. The girls had crystals in there, just to help keep the money flowing inwards rather than outwards. So I think they work really well as little prosperity pouches, spell pouches. You can add all sorts of things into your purse to bring the money in. A basil leaf or a mint leaf are very good to keep in there as well. You can dab them inside and out with peppermint oil, which is really good for help keep money in. So I think your purse or your wallet, very good for actual prosperity magic. Maria Jasmine loves minions. I do. Despicable Me, Gru, minions, brilliant. I love them. Azenia, I do. I've got them on my phone too. I have got them on my phone. There, Kay has a citrine and a snowflake obsidian. Rachel has crystals in her purse. I think they're really good for bringing the money in. But that to me is an obvious one to work a quick prosperity money spell, is your purse. Eva has pumpkin seeds in the coin purse. Nikki, does anyone else have seeds in their handbag? I work with seeds for prosperity as well, so I think a pinch of sesame seeds in your purse would be really good. I don't have any actual seeds in there, but, random, could do. So purse or wallet is really good for prosperity. Coins as well, although, are they going to phase actual money out? Who knows? I got a few coins in because I made sure I had some for the car park yesterday. Didn't need it in the end. It was all done on the phone. Coins really good for prosperity magic as well. I also think they make excellent offerings. Although there is some concern, do be careful with dropping coins into wells now. There is some concern that they do taint the water or damage the water. And we have got work going on downstairs still, so I apologise if you can hear any drilling or having a sink fitted downstairs. So I'll talk over it. Hopefully you can hear me. But I use coins as offerings on my altar. But I use coins a lot in prosperity spells, particularly the silver ones. I like to keep a silver coin under the front doormat so that when you walk into the house, the energy from the silver coin brings money inwards. So coins are really good. So if you're out and about and you need a prosperity spell and you've got coins in your purse, you could utilise them in your prosperity spell. Maria has tulip petals in your purse. Excellent. Maharet has duct tape. Are you planning on kidnapping or, just in case? Matches, salt and pepper, sugar, small notebook and pencil, bay leaves, some rock or other in the purse. Excellent. Christine has a shopping trolley coin as well. I have one of those in the car. They are very useful. Emma, my good friend who loves his crystals, gifted me a wallet with a crystal inside for prosperity for you. Lovely. Yes, what a beautiful gift. Absolutely lovely. Karen has baby wipes as well. Yes, if you have children or grandchildren, you've always got baby wipes around you. Oh, good point, Leslie. Good point. I hadn't really connected with that. Yes, a 50p makes a handy pentagram. Yeah, nice. Good thinking. Good thinking. Excellent. Chain's more likely to have spores in it. Or socks. Do you have socks in your handbag? So coins, really, really useful too. For offerings, for prosperity spells. Unless you can think of anything else to do with them. I think they're very useful. I do often include coins in my witch jars and spell pouches for prosperity. Yes, Eva says baby wipes are so useful long after your kids need them. Oh yeah, they're brilliant for so many things. Not very good for the planet. Keep an eye out on the Kitchen Witch blog because I think Sue is going to be showing how to make homemade wet wipes at some point in the near future. Yes, hand sanitizer and mask. I have got those. I will cover those in a second. Keys is the other thing. I did have one key in here. My keys are downstairs. Keys often in your handbag. Keys are so magical. They hold so much energy. They can be used in spell workings to unlock secrets, unlock doorways, open portals, unlock avenues to new opportunities, to new ventures, to new anything. I think keys are really, really useful and so magical. Maria says, would you say a little chant before placing a coin under the mat? Yes, I think with anything, I would charge it with energy first. You can say a chant if you want to. My poetry is rubbish. But sending your energy into the coin, stating your intent, definitely before you place it under the mat. I like to actually wrap them. What I tend to do is take 3 silver coins and I will wrap them in a little bag or piece of paper. Charge them with my intent and then pop them under the doormat just to keep money coming in. Karen, always have a book with me. Yes, I didn't think about that. I have my Kindle normally in my handbag, as well as spare trousers and sock, masks, purse, keys, little silver goddess, and a pisky. Well, who wouldn't really? Some people are more organised than others. There's very little in my handbag. Some people have everything and the kitchen sink. That's a good idea, Nita. Uses foreign coins in spell pouches as you can't spend them, but you always have money. Yes, definitely. Xenia, magical key rings, symbolism, medals, amulets are wonderful. Yes, I have a little protection tube cask thing on a key ring that I filled with protective herbs, which is really good to keep in the car. Jane bought a huge bunch of keys in TK Maxx yesterday. Couldn't resist them. They look like keys to a dungeon. I have some like that hanging in the garden. Yes, yeah. TK Maxx is good for things like that. Christine, kitchen walls are filled with keys too. Old ones I used and a pixie one too. So many keys. But keys they are really good for visualization, for magic. For opening things. That's what keys do, isn't it? They open things. They also lock things. So think about it from that point of view. You can also work crossroads magic with keys. They are really good as a talisman, really, for working any kind of magic like that, to unlock and to lock secrets, unlocking the truth, portals to the other world. All sorts of options for keys. They are probably a whole chapter or talk on their own with key magic. The other thing is a mirror. I haven't actually got one here, but Heather had one of the little compact mirrors in her bag. And again, mirrors have a whole magic of their own, probably a whole talk of their own as well. They are fascinating. They can be used as charms, as amulets, spell components, as meditative focus. They can be used in shadow work. The magic mirror is perhaps one of the oldest tools employed in spellcasting and in divination as well. Polished surfaces have been used for divination for hundreds of years. The classic magic mirror is the dark concave surface or reflective material, obviously. You can make them very easily yourself, painting the back of a picture frame with black paint and then putting it back together. You can make yourself a black mirror, scrying mirror. You can make all sorts of types of mirrors, actually. Elemental mirrors to honour the 4 elements, healing mirrors. I like to, if you break a mirror, it happens. Bury a piece in the garden to take the bad luck away. I like to keep the pieces because I then use them in magical spells for reflecting back negative energy. I've always got a little jar, broken mirror pieces. But carrying a mirror in your handbag is very useful for all sorts of things. It can be used for confidence magic, for banishing negative energy, for charm, for communication, determination, allaying fears. It can be used in glamour spells, for insight into things. Mirrors good luck, for remembering things, for memories. It can be used in prosperity spells, to find the truth, and promise spells. And mirrors are also good to use when you're shapeshifting. So there's a huge amount of stuff that a mirror can be used for. And if you've got one in your handbag, very useful. Very, very useful. Yeah, Kay says if you've had kids, it's not going to put it on the screen now just to be really awkward. If you've had kids, you have to be prepared for everything. Oh, the amount of stuff you have to carry, there you go. The amount of stuff you have to carry when you've got babies and small children, it's like going on army manoeuvres, isn't it? Nikki, what about glasses for seeing? See, I've usually got my glasses on my face, but otherwise I can't see. But yes, glasses, very good for seeing, for seeing the truth, seeing through glamours, for enlarging things, for thinking off the top of my head here. That's really the idea. Take the item that you've got and think outside of the box about what you would use it for in magic, what it represents, what it corresponds to. Tess, key magic. Yes, key magic. Keys and mirrors are on my list to do. It would, Maria. Mirror magic would be a good one. Karen, I have a mirror. I forgot it's a bag of tricks. Oh, it is. So many things you can work with it. Christine found a dinky compass in a Christmas cracker. They're really useful, aren't they? Like, I bet you're. Who now has got their handbag and is emptying it out? Come on, own up. Who's just tipped your handbag out on the table in front of you? Yes, those little compasses you find in Christmas crackers are very useful, aren't they? Yes, Karen, if I break a mirror, I bury a piece in the garden to take the bad luck away from it. Kay has a key ring with a piece of wood which absorbs oil and acts as a diffuser. Very nice. Hi, Jenny. Keep a copy of my seizure care plan in my handbag. That's very wise, but also charged it to attract people who help, and invariably I flop in public. It's at the feet of an off-duty. Well, that's good magic. That's very good, safe magic. Definitely, definitely. Fingers crossed that you're always safe with that, Jenny. Jane, I need to clear all the negativity out of my handbag. It's pretty disgusting in there. Well, like anything, if you empty your handbag out, give it a bit of a smudge. No problem. Rachel usually has a watchmaker's loupe. Tell me what that is, Rachel. That sounds like a tool, and I'm assuming that's for your jewelry making. That's a word. I don't know that one. Jane, table's not big enough to catch all the grot in my... Yeah, I apologise now if you have all just emptied your handbags and they haven't been emptied for a while. There's going to be some grotty stuff in there. But mirrors, huge amount of magic that you can work with mirrors. I will deal that separately because it is such a huge subject. The other thing is a pen. I don't have a pen. I'm really bad. Really, I'm terrible with being organised for my handbag. But the girls all had pens in their handbags yesterday. Oh, there, Rachel says it magnifies up to 10 times. Smart. I could use that on a daily basis, not just for your jewelry making. Okay, you can empty the contents of your bag and hoover it. Yes. Leslie, guilty as charged. Tiny sweets for the parking fairies. Excellent. We do like, you've got to keep the parking fairies happy. Rachel, for looking at small things, I'm always asked to look at things as I can't see. I think quite a lot of us could do with one of those, Rachel. Jane, those tiny screwdrivers from Christmas crackers are great for tightening the screws on your specs. They are, aren't they? And for undoing any, like the back of things, quite a lot of the toys and things these days have little tiny screws in the back for putting the batteries in. Nikki, just realised I have a magnifying glass with a light and a resuscitation pack attached to my keyring. What? Useful? Very useful. Yes. Willow Moon. If I empty my handbag, I'm not sure I can get it all back in again. Yeah, that's a disclaimer. I'm not being held responsible for any of that. But a pen, we quite often have a pen or a pencil in our handbags. I think, obviously, to me anyway, the most useful thing is for writing. But writing sigils and symbols on any item that you've got with you. But I think perhaps a makeshift wand or an athame, should you need a pointy thing for directing magical energy. Pens to me also speak of communication and creativity. So if you needed that kind of energy, I think a pen would be really good. Nikki says lip gloss could sub for a pen. Have a look at my talk about makeup magic, Nikki, because lots of uses for lip gloss, because it's all about the mouth and communication and speaking and glamour and all that kind of thing. Emma says pen for speaking when spoken word cannot be said. Like it. Also use it for notes on spells that just come to mind. Excellent. Absolutely brilliant, Emma. Brilliant stuff. Xenia. Pens also for writing sigils or bind runes on yourself, like for court case or safe driving. Excellent. Very good idea. Definitely. Tess, yes. If you say Lumos on your Siri, if you've got an Android, you can use it as well to Google microphone. If you say Lumos, it will turn your phone torch on and Nox turns it off. It's very clever. Maria says, I usually have a pen and tissues that are spare from cafe visits that I keep as emergency bog roll. That's toilet roll for anyone that doesn't understand our UK word. Bog, toilet. Leslie Ann, parking fairies, fair of face, find for us a parking space. I do a chant like that too. Goddess Mother, turn your face and find for us a parking space. It fits, doesn't it? It works. It hasn't let me down yet. Jill says, glove box in my car is my spare handbag. Definitely. So with a pen, you quite often get a notepad. Super organised people will have a notepad in their bag. Can be used for all sorts of things. Obviously for writing things down, as Emma says, making notes for spells and things that come to mind. But I think the sheets of paper as well could be used for quick petitions. As the most obvious use. Sheets of paper could also be used to wrap ingredients for an impromptu spell, making it into a makeshift pouch. Sheets of paper are always quite handy for all sorts of things, I think. Hand in hand with the pen, really. Something I didn't have, but Heather had everything in her bag. Plasters. I think we did cover them when I did the bathroom talk. But plasters, seriously organised people will have sticking plasters in their handbag. Good for bringing a situation together, helping soothe and mend a situation, and even for a quick binding. Now, I'm not talking about using these items for their general purpose. So a plaster is for sticking on a wound, obviously. I'm talking about using it in a magical spell as a representation, using it for the correspondence that it brings. So plasters, bringing things together, soothing situations, would work really well. Jane loves the parking spell. I've used that a lot. I didn't think about the parking fairies one, Leslie Ann. That's brilliant. Christine, Cats Protection send me little books, but the pages get all curled up and not fit for use. That's a bit sad. Melinda, tiny little notepad from a Christmas cracker. Christmas crackers do have some useful magical items in them. Emma, made small envelopes, tiny little things for herbs to carry about with me. Excellent. Yep, sheets of paper are really useful for things like that. The other thing that some of us will have, some will, some won't, is the feminine products. Tampons, sanitary towels, they obviously carry a huge punch of feminine energy. So if that's what you need in a pinch, then they would be brilliant for bringing that feminine goddess energy to anything that you're working with. They also absorb things, so they could be used to soak up any negative energy as well. Quite what anybody would say if they saw you prancing about, chanting, waving a sanitary towel. Talking about soaking up negative energy. But we're all used to it, aren't we? People look at us. It's just what goes on. Kay has been on a mission to find mini versions of anything I want to carry. It's too big to put in a handbag. Yes, crackers are really good for stuff like that. If I can ever again travel to the UK near Christmas, I will try Christmas crackers out myself. I think they are a bit of a British thing, aren't they? They are bizarre things. Willow Moon has a couple of tumblestones in my bag, a bit like a first aid kit. Useful if you need to gift them to somebody. Brilliant. Always have a tea light in there, but no lighter. Symbolic candle. A symbolic candle. Jane, you can get free printable fairy envelopes online or on Google Images. Perfect. Eva, we get crackers in Switzerland, but they're just filled with useless paper and plastic junk. Oh, most of ours are, Eva. Most of ours are, definitely not eco-friendly, that's for sure. It's just one of those traditions that we do, isn't it? The other thing that we had is tissues, not just blowing your nose. Although I think you could work some really good releasing magic by sending whatever it is you want to get rid of into the tissue, even if you blow your nose and send the negative energy in there, we would probably add to the energy of it, and then disposing of it carefully in a bin, not on the floor, obviously. I think tissues could make the makeshift spell pouches as well, could wrap things up in them. Basically, think about what they do. Tissues cleanse, they clean, they wipe things away. So I think of them as well as being clearing things or releasing things. I think tissues you use when you cry as well. So tissues for me are connected to emotions. So if you wanted a representative of emotions in your spell, then a tissue would work really well as well. It's about thinking about what they mean to you and what you associate. Look at the item and think, what does that mean to me? Tissues to me meant releasing, clearing out, and emotions. The other thing that we all of us had yesterday, I'm going to get them out here, is these things. Dog poop bags. We all had these in our handbags. If you have a dog, I sincerely hope you pick up your dog poop. If you don't, I hope that plagues of locusts infest your pants, because not picking up dog poo is just selfish and disgusting. But dog poop bag. I thought about this and I thought actually they would be really useful. And make sure you get the biodegradable ones as well, please. We don't need any more plastic in this world. I think they'd make really good spell pouches. I think they would be really good for if you needed to spell ingredients and you needed to throw it away. It would be really good to use dog poop bags because they do compost down. So you could throw it into the compost or throw it into the bin and know that it would, disappear easily. Kay used to collect key rings, keychains that are practical items, pen, book. There are so many. You can get all sorts of things out there. Used to collect little kits, the same size as credit cards, but ended up needing a separate bag to carry them in. Yeah, definitely. in Germany too. Very pleased UK guys have actually useful items, the crackers. We do, but we also have loads of rubbish too. It depends what type of crackers that you buy. Eva, dog poo bags are also grateful. Yes, collecting herbs when I'm out for a run, plus I carry a mini Swiss Army knife with me. Assuming to collect herbs and not to, stab random strangers. Yes, dog poo bag. Actually, when myself and the girls went to the seaside a couple of months ago, Ness was collecting bits of seaweed and pebbles in her dog poo bags. But I actually thought with the dog poo bags, you could use them for spell pouches, but you could also use them to dispose of situations or issues. Write your issue or the name of a person, even something you want to release, something you want to really get rid of fast, on a slip of paper, and pop it into your dog poop bag, preferably on top of the poop. Because that will add to the magic of how you feel about the situation or the issue, and then dispose of it safely, obviously. I think dog poo bags are actually very useful. I might incorporate them generally into my magical workings, I think. Karen, I have dog poo bags in every pocket. So embarrassing when I go to get my keys out. Yes, I have them in my bag too. Yeah. Jane, if people don't pick up their dog's poo, they're as good as putting their pants down and doing it themselves. Now, there's an image that I didn't need this early on a Friday morning, but yes, thank you for that. Christine, used to collect blackberries, and if it didn't have anything suitable, poo bags are good. Yes. Yeah, but they are, aren't they? I hadn't thought about that. Yes, for foraging and collecting things. Really good when you're out. Nita, have dog poo bags in every pocket. Useful for all sorts of things, including, blackberries and ornament. Obviously, they are. We should now rename them blackberry collection bags. Definitely. Poo bags are good. Don't have dog, but carry a few dog poo bags in my handbag for when I'm out with friends with dogs. They're useful for collecting things. Yep, they absolutely are. But yeah, I think if you've got something you want to release or get rid of, write it on a slip of paper, drop it in your poo bag with the poop, and let it work its magic. Definitely. Tess says a small diary, a calendar. Usually have those in my bag. And I think useful, obviously. But what would you work magic with them for? Planning, perhaps. Looking to the future. Organization spell. Celebrations. Thinking off the top of my head here, you can see that. You can probably hear the cogs working from here. What would you use it for? It's the representation of what it is, but correspond it to how you'd work magic with it. Good morning, Alex. Kay, used to have a set of playing cards from a cracker. Could always play Patience on my own or Snap with friends. Or do a reading. Yes, definitely. Jane, a poo bag would be great for putting old grudges in, written on bits of paper, along with some compost, and then bury in the garden or compost heap. Yes. Yep, absolutely. I think it would be perfect. Alex carries biodegradable nappy bags. Yes. They're handy to have, aren't they? Because if you do find something, you can use them if you don't use them for their intended purpose. But I think in magic, they work really well for disposing of stuff, getting rid of things. The other thing that we all had in our bags was a hairbrush. Hairbrush to me says glamour. It says self-care. You could also use it to brush away negative energy, visualizing it as you brush it away. Perhaps organizing your thoughts, detangling, de-stressing your brain-mind monkeys by brushing them out. Again, thinking on my feet here, what would you use a hairbrush for? And of course, hand sanitizer. We've all got that in our bags at the minute. I have fantastic Plague Doctor hand sanitizer from the very wonderful Bewitched Botanicals. It smells amazing, but really useful to have in your handbag at the moment for obvious reasons of sanitizing your hands. But I think another thing that it can be used for is another one for getting rid of negative energy. It sanitizes, it cleans. So you could spray it to get rid of negative energy. You could cleanse things. It can clear and dispel negative energy as well. Whatever you think of as cleaning, clearing, releasing, you could spray the hand sanitizer for. Just useful for all kinds of things like that. Emma keeps photos of my family in my rucksack to strengthen the bonds between us. Nice. I like it. Jane, hairbrushes must be guarded closely. Yes, so no one can get a hold of your hair to do bad stuff with. Yes, be careful with your hair. Jill, trying to think of magic I can use with lipstick. Always carry it in my handbag. I did a whole talk on makeup magic, Jill. If you have a look at my YouTube channel, you'll be able to find it on there. It was all about makeup, and we covered lipstick as well. But lipstick is glamour, and it is all about communication as well, because it's your mouth, isn't it? Definitely. Oh. Here, Nita says, I have that sanitizer too. It's lovely. It is very nice. It does smell nice. Volunteer in a charity shop, and every time I use it, I'm asked what the lovely smell is. We used hand sanitizer as we went in every single shop yesterday, and some of the hand sanitizer is evil. Some of it came out in huge fountains of goo, and some of it lasted. We were doing this for like 3 hours afterwards because it was vile. So yeah, carrying my own with the British Botanical Plague Doctor one is lovely. Willow Moon just found a half-written meditation, totally forgot about it, which makes me realise having a mobile notepad can capture inspiration, which would normally vanish into the ether. Maybe something we should have a handbag spell so we carry a magical item with you. Does anybody have a dangling bag charm? They are great. Yeah, I've got a few odd things on here. So I've got a green man here that I use. I've got a boar over here made by the lovely Susie Inkwich. They're very handy to have on your handbags. Jane says, lipstick's great for getting kids to go through the school gates. Threaten them with a cerise kiss and they leg it. Perfect. The other thing that you might have, if you've got a hand sanitizer, you've probably got hand moisturizer in your bag as well, because hand sanitizer does dry your hands out. Although the British Botanical one doesn't, I have to say that. Moisturizer, little blob of moisturizer in your spell working to make things soft, to make things soothe. It's very gentle. It can be restoring and repairing, not for your hands, obviously, but in a magical sense. Just a little blob of hand moisturizer can soothe the situation or restore energy. It's very gentle, very soothing, very calming and repairing. And of course, the other thing that we've probably all got at the moment as well is a mask. Probably got a few of these kicking about. Masks freak me out a little bit. Not necessarily those, but face masks where you just see the eye holes. I find them a little bit freaky. But face masks, we've all got them. We all need to use them. But in a magical sense, you could use the mask in spell work to represent protection, to hide, invisibility spell, and shielding. If you need a shield, you could use the mask in your spell to represent that as well. It's about hiding the face, isn't it? And perhaps hiding your emotions, even hiding your feelings. It's all about hiding, but it's all about protection as well. So it works both ways, the mask, doesn't it? It's hiding you, but also protecting you. So it could be used for that as well. Leslie Ann. Hair, nails, giveaways. Useful to say, may that which was of me be useless against me. Perfect. We need to take note of that one. I'm writing that one down. Excellent advice. Jenny, I find a bright red lipstick quite fierce. I have one when I need to go into conflict situations to help me find my voice. Absolutely. Absolutely. We talked about that over on my YouTube channel and the makeup thing. The red is a real powerful colour, isn't it? Nikki, mobile phone is always in the bag. Yes. I'm guessing there's a whole lot of magic. There is, and there's a talk about it. If you go to the YouTube channel, there is a talk about mobile phone magic as well. Both of them are on my blog as well. If you prefer to read, then there's a blog about makeup magic and a blog about phone magic. Could you talk a bit more about handbag charms? You can make your own handbag charms. I tend to, I've got a couple on here. So I've got a couple of hanging charms. Let's take that out so you can see. So I have the Green Man hanging charm on here, and I have a Wild Boar one on there as well. I've had all sorts of things. I have got one on my keychain that's got a little pot with protective herbs in. You can charge them with whatever energy you want. I have them as representatives. So the Green Man is for me about strength and protection. So he's on my handbag for that. The Wild Boar is my main spirit animal guide. So I've got a representation of him on my handbag so that he brings his energy with me on my handbag. But you can make handbag charms, charge them with anything. You can make them with different crystals, you make them with different beads. You can have images of things. If you look on the Veiled Market website, which is the online shop run by the Children of Artemis, I'm sure someone on there is making them specifically magic handbag charms, or on Etsy as well. But you can use anything, an old necklace, an old key ring. Just charge them with the energy that you want. Use something that represents whether you want to protect your handbag or to have strength or confidence when you're out with your handbag. They can be charged for all sorts of uses. Very, very useful. Jackie, what about when you're swapping bags? I use different bags for different days. But that's very organised, Jackie. Very, very organised. I'm assuming you just tip all the stuff out and put it in the other one. I have done it on occasion, but I tend to stick with one because I'm lazy generally. Okay, I can hear the hammering in your home. Yeah, we're having a sink plumbed in the downstairs toilet, and there should be painters here at some point soon too. So it's all still happening in the house. All still happening. Nikki, best magic of face mask is it hides the chin hairs. Actually, our teenage son did say that when he had quite a spotty face one day last week. He was very pleased they're wearing masks at school because they hid his spots. Eva, masks also cover your mouth so no one sees you mumbling to yourself. Very helpful when I'm in the grocery store trying to figure out what to have for dinner. But it would work with hiding. Yes, chanting a spell. Yes, no one would see you do that. And I forget. I go into shops and I smile at people and think afterwards that I forget that they can't actually see me smiling at them. But yes, they are. Leslie Ann, Jane's asking if she can pinch your idea. I'm sure Leslie Ann won't mind. Oh, thank you, Heather. Heather's put the link up there to the YouTube talk. Kay has small sleigh bells on her purse, which is please advise to alert someone nicking your purse. So that yes, I've had bells on my handbags before as well. Bells have got a whole magical thing as well, haven't they? So very useful on your handbag. Xenia has several dangling bag charms. Mostly I use keyrings for it. Currently have a keyring with some dangling cute tartan Scotty dogs from Scotland and a Dr. Fauci doing face palm saint medal. Keeps me from all the nasties. They do work really well as protection, definitely. An evil eye charm, yes, that'd be perfect as well. Perfect. Jackie, I carry a dragon in my house keys for protection as well as a Harry Potter one. Perfect. Perfect. Jane, I just bung one bag into another bag in a hurry. Okay, that is organised. You can get a handbag organiser insert, so you literally only have to lift out the organiser from one bag to another. That's not going to happen in my house, okay? When the smile is genuine, people can see it in your eyes. Yes, that's very true. Christine, master great for hiding a tongue poking out, rude to people. I'm not really evil. You're a bad influence, Christine. That's what you are. But it's all good. I still come out with you. People look at me, go mad when I pull a tape measure. Tape measures are useful, particularly if you're shopping for furniture or things that, you need to fit in the house. Thank you, Leslie Ann. Feel free to use and share anything I share. You're very kind, thank you, and very wise. It's lovely to be able to share with each other. It's brilliant. We're all still learning, and it's brilliant to be able to share. Emma, have a voodoo doll keyring I carry with me just for a bit of fun, but can be used for so much. Oh, yes. Definitely. So the mask, very useful for other things other than wearing on your face, but from a magical point of view, definitely. As I say, there is a phone talk and a makeup talk on my blog and on my YouTube channel to cover all sorts of other things as well. Tape measures. Tape measure hadn't covered tape measures, but yes, very good. But what would you use them for magically? That's the key. The key is working out, looking at the item and thinking, what would I use that for? What to use a tape measure for? Measuring the cut of someone. Correctness, facts, getting the truth, maybe even tape measure, because it tells you exactly how much the measurement is. So maybe in a truth spell it would work. There's so many things that we think of and that we look at in our bags that we think, I'm carrying this with me because it's useful for dog poop, opening the door and keeping my money in. But what magical use could you use them for? For me, that's it. Yeah, Deb's thinking, great thinking. Yeah. Maria, I'd use mine to see how long my patience lasts. Maria, my lovely. I don't have patience. Definitely not. Sorry, getting over a cough from Christmas, not the cough. Talking and laughing brings it back up again. Okay, my local wholesale shop sold handmade double-layered masks from silk being good to fight. I hadn't really thought about that, but yes, the material that it comes with as well. I think mine are cotton with different layers. The material you could tie in as well, couldn't you, with the magic, or even the pattern. Most of mine, I think, are flowered. We have got one here somewhere that's got skulls on it. But yeah, you could tie in the pattern of the mask to your magic as well, couldn't you? Jane, the magic of tape measures is not having to go back to the shop and buy enough of what you needed last time you went there. Yes, or buying a piece of furniture that you get home and it doesn't fit in the space. Done that. We sat with our fridge freezer in the hall for a couple of years because it didn't fit through the doorway into the kitchen. But if only we'd had a tape measure. It is about thinking outside of the box, really. So that's Eric being very protective. It is about thinking outside of the box. It is about using the things that you've got to hand, really, and things that you've got. Use your handbag as a magical item. With the handbag charms, with the things that you carry in it, it's there to use on you for all of your stuff. And there's Heather saying hello to Eric. Heather, how's your handbag, Heather? Heather had the most amazing stuff in her handbag. Well, the other thing that we had was mints, peppermints. Most of us have peppermints in our handbag as well. Peppermint you can use in place of mint, the herb mint. So if you've got any spell working that you normally use dried mint or fresh mint with, you can replace it with a peppermint. It's got that mint energy with it. So I use peppermint quite a lot for prosperity magic, but I also use it for clearing and dispelling because the mint's got such a menthol kind of scent to it. It's really good for clearing, cleansing and dispelling energy. So peppermint's really excellent. I've used them before, not even from a handbag. I've used them if I've run out of mint. They're very, very useful. Nikki was thinking, where's Eric? There he is. Oh, there he is. Kay, hello. Kay, is there a ruler magic? If so, I guess you can apply that. Tape measures. It is all about measuring, isn't it? I think it's about being precise. It's about numbers. It's about being exact with things, maybe. Christine, doing his magical chant to keep the burglars at bay. He was barking because one of the builder chaps just called Pete down. So now he's emptying the bin. Eric definitely has some ideas for the poo bags, yes. Jane, I keep mint and poo in small purse. They work well if I get annoying. They do, but magically use them as you would mint. Perfect for that. So that's my handbag. Oh, receipts was the other thing. That was the other thing. Oh, look, here's a receipt from breakfast yesterday. You can see breakfast and porridge and cups of tea and chai lattes. We all had lots of receipts in our bag. I had forgotten about them. What would you use a receipt for in magic? It's paper again. So you could use it to write petitions on. It would have extra magic, wouldn't it? Because of the actual printing on it, the fact that you've purchased something. This is our breakfast. So I think it would tie in perhaps with magical food, with abundance, maybe. Abundance and prosperity again, because it's a receipt. You could use it to wrap a prosperity spell in, couldn't you, with the receipts? I've been thinking off the top of my head again there. So receipts as well. But I think that's pretty much it in my bag. My bag was quite boring, really. It was quite boring. There wasn't that much in it. Okay, I heard that it's best to get receipts out of your bag so that more money flows in. That actually makes sense. A receipt is money that you've spent, isn't it? It's money that you have paid out. So that would make sense, okay? Absolutely. Don't label them. It'll clog it up, wouldn't it? It would clog up the energy. Christine, receipts are great for sigil magic. Yeah, I think they would be. Prosperity magic. You could write sigils on the back, couldn't you? That would work really well. Heather, receipts, comfort, happiness, and prosperity. Yes. I mean, this receipt from our breakfast yesterday, we had a fab day. So this is a kind of memory of the very nice breakfast that we shared. So that would be happiness in there as well. If it's a receipt for your, gas bill or your electric bill or something boring like that, you could use it for home comforts and security as well. Nice. Jenny signs receipts saying thank you and this will return to me. Perfect. That works really well. That works. It's just throwing my phone at me. Thank you. Has it finished charging? Yes.
Throw it. Yes,
my phone's been passed back to me because it's finished charging.
Minions.
See, minions. Oh, it's disappeared. Look. Minions. Have minions on my phone. Everyone should have minions on their phone. Kay keeps receipts for journal type reasons as a lovely memory. Whenever we go on holiday, I always save all the receipts from things, from meals, from coffees, from things that we bought, and to put them in a scrapbook. Memories. Receipts are memories, definitely. Yeah, that works really well as well. So I hope that I haven't caused too much chaos with you tipping your handbags out everywhere. Or maybe it was a good thing. Maybe all our handbags needed clearing out. The beginning of the year, starting the new calendar year with a clear and clean handbag. It's probably a good thing. We have the windows open. Eric can hear everybody that walks past. Do have a look in your handbags and have a look at what magic you can work with things. If you think of something that we haven't covered afterwards, pop it in the comments so that we can all share the information. It's good to share. So that's pretty much it for me today. Thank you all for joining me. Enjoy your handbag magic. All the details will go up on my blog afterwards as well if you missed anything. And Eric says, have a very, very lovely weekend. As always, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. I'll be back again next Friday. Also on next Sunday the 23rd, here on my YouTube channel, here on my Facebook page, and on the Moonbooks Facebook page, I'm doing a book launch, online book launch for Beneath the Moon, and a book giveaway, 4 p.m. UK time. So do join me then. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a fabulous weekend, and enjoy your handbags.